Teresa Giudice shades Reboot co-stars amid reboot fears. You come for Teresa, you get a storyline. The Real Housewives of New Jersey has been in limbo for months, but Teresa Giudice isn't done insulting her co-stars. As the sole original cast member on the show, Teresa has been front and center for over 15 years. As a result, many have conceded that she will be back for Reboot Season 15, and there's a good chance that most of the Season 14 ladies won't be as fortunate. In a recent appearance on Vanderpump Rules alum Lala Kent's Give Them Lala podcast, no topic regarding the show's future was off the table. The 52-year-old told the former SUver that Reboot is on pause because the show couldn't continue the way it was going. It's not news that a mass cast divide forever changed the show's dynamic during Season 14, forcing producers to film the cast as two sides. Reboot Season 15 could feature a whole new cast. There was also a lot of violence that got cast members suspended from filming, so it makes sense that Bravo and producers would be interested in taking the show in a different direction. Looking back, Teresa believes her castmates played the game all wrong. It's gotten really dirty and disgusting. Look, I'm sure they're kicking themselves for what they did, she added before name-dropping Margaret Josephs, who went from her friend to one of her biggest enemies. Teresa has also had on-screen issues with her brother, Joe Gorga, and his wife, Melissa, which resulted in her cutting off all communication with them. Despite the high drama, Teresa said she's at peace now without them in my life. Teresa doesn't believe that forgiveness is on the table because there's no coming back when your own family kicks you so hard. I didn't think my brother would do what he did to me, the Bravolebrity concluded. Teresa claimed that her castmates target her because they're searching for a storyline. When you come for Teresa, you get a storyline, she told Lala. When Reboot Season 14 concluded earlier this year with a cast brawl at Rails Steakhouse, it was obvious that the show would be headed in a new direction. The big question is who the series will follow because there's also a chance that no current cast members will be asked back. Bravo has rebooted many shows. The Real Housewives of New York famously fired its entire cast 2 years ago. Vanderpump Rules did the same thing earlier this year, so executives are willing to shake up shows from the ground up, which doesn't bode well for the current Reboot ladies. Teresa has moved on with a widely praised appearance on House of Villains Season 2, which showcased that she has things going on away from the show. What are your thoughts on Teresa's sentiments about the state of Reboot? Teresa Giudice isn't mincing words when it comes to the future of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. With rumors swirling about a potential cast shakeup and reboot, the franchise's Queen Bee is letting everyone know where she stands, and she's doing it with her signature shade. Recently, Teresa took to her podcast, Namaste Be and social media to send a loud and clear message to her castmates, critics, and anyone who thinks Reboot can survive without her. You come for Teresa, you get a storyline. It was a mic-drop moment that sent fans into a frenzy, reigniting debates about the reality star's role in the franchise and whether Bravo is really considering overhauling the cast. Teresa's history of making and breaking Reboot. Since the first table flip heard around the world, Teresa has been the defining face of Reboot. Love her or hate her, no one can deny that her feuds, family drama, and over-the-top glamour have shaped the show's most iconic moments. From legal battles to betrayals, Teresa has remained at the center of it all, proving time and again that if you want a storyline, you better latch onto hers. So when whispers of an Reboot reboot started making rounds, suggesting that Bravo might wipe the slate clean and bring in fresh faces, Teresa didn't hold back. She made it clear that anyone gunning for her spot or trying to use her for relevance was just another opportunist. Some of these girls need me to stay relevant, Teresa allegedly told a source close to production. They act like they want me gone, but then they talk about me nonstop. If I leave, what are they going to fight about? The reboot rumors? Fact or fiction? Rumblings about Bravo's dissatisfaction with Reboot have been growing louder. Reports claim that the network has been struggling with the current season's toxicity and off-screen legal drama, particularly with Melissa Gorga and Teresa's never-ending family feud. Insiders suggest that Bravo is considering a massive overhaul similar to what happened with Reboot, where the entire cast was replaced. If true, this could mean Teresa, Melissa, Dolores Catania, Jennifer Aideen, and Margaret Josephs could all be out, and that's something fans are fiercely divided on. Some viewers argue that the show has become stale and repetitive, with the same alliances and rivalries playing out year after year. Others insist that our H.O.N.J. is Teresa Giudice, and that removing her would be the equivalent of canceling the show altogether. Bravo execs have remained tight-lipped, but Teresa isn't worried. In fact, she seems to be relishing the speculation, knowing that every headline with her name in it just reaffirms her status as the franchise's biggest star, feuding castmates and frenemies. If there's one thing Teresa has perfected over the years, it's the art of the feud, and lately she's had plenty of opportunities to sharpen her claws. Melissa Gorga, her longtime sister-in-law and on-again, off-again nemesis, has subtly and not so subtly suggested that RHONJ could move on without Teresa. During a recent interview, Melissa hinted that the show might need a shakeup, leaving fans wondering if she was throwing shade at Teresa or preparing for her own exit. Then there's Margaret Josephs, who has been one of Teresa's biggest critics in recent years. Margaret has accused Teresa of trying to control the narrative and freezing out cast members who don't align with her. She thinks she's untouchable, Margaret reportedly told a friend. Maybe Bravo should prove her wrong. But Teresa isn't fazed. She's survived feuds with former castmates like Caroline Manzo, Jacqueline Laurita, and Danielle Staub, and she's confident she can outlast her current rivals too. Some of these girls come in thinking they can take me down, Teresa reportedly said. Newsflash. I'm still standing, and they're still talking about me. The fans weigh in. The RHONJ fandom is as divided as ever. Teresa's loyal supporters argue that the show wouldn't be the same without her, and that she deserves credit for keeping it relevant for so long. Others, however, feel it's time for new blood, and that Teresa's drama has run its course. I love Teresa, but I feel like it's the same fights over and over, one fan commented on Instagram. Maybe a fresh start wouldn't be the worst thing. Another fan fired back, no Teresa, no show, period. The debate has even reached Andy Cohen, who has remained diplomatic but hinted that big changes could be coming. On Watch What Happens Live, Andy teased, RHONJ fans need to buckle up. We have some decisions to make. What's next for Teresa? If Bravo does decide to move forward with a reboot, where does that leave Teresa? Some insiders speculate she could land her own spin-off, similar to Teresa Checks In, which followed her life post-prison. Others believe she might take a break from reality TV altogether, focusing on her family, businesses, and husband, Luis Rulas. But don't count her out just yet. Teresa has a knack for staying relevant, and even if RHONJ undergoes a transformation, it's hard to imagine Bravo letting go of their biggest star completely. For now, Teresa seems unbothered by the rumors. She's continuing to film, throw shade, and remind everyone exactly why she's the OG of RHONJ. Her message to the haters? Keep talking about me. It only makes me more famous. One thing is certain. Whether the reboot happens or not, Teresa Giudice will always find a way to stay in the spotlight. And if anyone thinks otherwise, they clearly haven't been paying attention.